Hey guys, it's Erica, and I have Manti here with me today.
Hello!
And we're going to draw our life together. So let's get started.
Woohoo!
So I was born on April 13, 1995, but there was a little complication. My shoulders were too big for me to come out of my mom's hoo-ha, so they had to break my right shoulder. I don't remember much from my childhood before Manti because I was way too young to remember, but I remember we lived in an apartment. One thing I do remember is I would always wrestle Tigger with my friend, my family friend. His name was Matt. And we used to wrestle my giant stuffed Tigger doll together.
I was born on October 6, 1998, and I was born with a lot of hair.
The thing I remember the most is when my dad and I were going through the toll to get to the hospital, I told everyone I saw, including the lady at the toll, that I'm going to be a big sister. Right before Manti was born, we moved out of the apartment and into our first house, our actual first house.
When we moved into the neighborhood, at the time we thought it was a good neighborhood. We had two cats, one named Popeye, and one named Quincy. Quincy was very fat.
Once we got a little bit older, we decided to meet our neighbors because we were very unsocial children. We met our neighbors Alex and Maddie, Alex being the same exact age as me and Maddie being the same exact age as Manti. We all met each other on our scooters. We pretty much rode up to each other and said, "Hey, do you want to be best friends?" Well, that's what Alex said to us. She just came up to our driveway and asked us to be friends, and of course we said yes. We were friends for about another 2 years until they moved to Tennessee.
One night, while me and Erica were out at a friend's house, about 4 houses down from our house, there was a drive-by shooting involving our friends.
No one got killed, but our friends did get hurt. So after 12 years of living in our neighborhood, it was time to move. We moved into a very nice neighborhood where our house was literally right up on a golf course.
During this time, I also started middle school. I also started to feel way more anxious and sad than I used to be. But when I started singing in chorus, thanks to my teacher, Mr. Kaplan, I started to feel a whole lot better.
Now for me, I was starting high school, and a lot of people were worried about me because every day I would eat lunch in the bathroom, but I was totally okay with it. Next year in 10th grade is when I met my friend Deborah. She's really tall and had really long hair. We became best friends really quickly. During that year, she introduced me to this guy who ended up being my boyfriend for 2.5 years. We're not together anymore, and that's okay.
I also met my best friends during this time, and I'm actually still friends with them today, they are Michaela and Brianna. You've actually seen Brianna in my past reaction videos.
So I totally forgot to mention that back in our old house in the ghetto neighborhood, we got a dog named Gingy. She was a Cairn Terrier. And our other cats, Popeye and Quincy, had passed away during that time. Right after Quincy passed away, we got 2 new cats, Henry and Sid. Henry being Manti's and Sid being mine.
Shortly after that, we got another cat who ended up being my mom's, named Zoe.
A few years later, I graduated high school.
Erica graduated from high school, I started high school, but it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to be, and I started getting depressed and not going to school at all.
I started getting texts from Manty's friends asking her where she was and if she was okay. Once I graduated from high school is when I broke up with the boyfriend I was talking about earlier. And so I got depressed as well and laid in my bed for a good 6 to 7 months doing nothing. But then an old friend of mine texted me and asked me if I needed a job. So that's when I started working at the elementary school that I work at today.
And that's when I started getting pills for my anxiety and depression and started online school.
When I started working at the elementary school, I met my friend Melissa. We started to get really close and she invited me to go to a water park with her and some of her friends. She said she had a friend named Mike that was really flirty. When I first met Mike, he was really rude to our other friend Jamie, and apparently he thought I was really annoying and loud. So we did not like each other at all, and obviously that has changed since he has been my boyfriend for now 2 years. A few months after that is when I started getting close to this other coworker named Jen, and we soon became best friends.
This is also the time where I discovered K-pop, and it has ruined my life since.
On my 1-year anniversary with Mike, we were given another cat, and her name was Charlotte. It's a weird story on how we got her, so please don't ask. After that, we were planning on moving, but before we moved, our dog Gingy had a collapsed lung and an enlarged heart, and during surgery to correct it, she passed away.
And that's when we moved into the house that we live in today. A few weeks later, we started our channel, Anything Goes.
And that brings us to today. That's the end of the video. Don't forget to hit like.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Thank you so much for watching. Bye! $19.95. Oh crap.
No one was seriously injured, and yep.
There was people who were seriously injured,
Yeah.
they just didn't die.
Yeah. Freak me, man.
Oh.
One night while me and Erica were... Stop laughing! Stop laughing!
I can't! A few years late. What? Yeah, a few years later.
Such a year later.
A few years later, it was my graduation. So I'm done. Yep. Okay.
But it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to be, and I started, nope. I'm sorry, I thought I had it!
No.
What was it again?
At this point, after black snicker. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be saying right now.
You're friends with Jen.
1 year into and the rest